Welcome, fellow Stardust. Are you ready for a scare? I see you've come back for more. If you're new here, buckle up. And thank you all for joining me today. My name is DeRay, aka Rainbow Fright, lover of all things dark, creepy, and weird. Today's movie review will be on fantasy horror, Escape from Tomorrow. Big thank you to Mike of Video Creep for submitting this movie review request. If you don't know who Mike is, I highly suggest checking out his channel. He keeps you up to date on the latest horror news and does reviews on horror movies and TV shows. Right now, he is doing recap videos for the latest season of Chucky, and each video is bound to make you laugh. Escape from Tomorrow had been on my list for quite some time, so I'm glad he requested it. And this review will have some spoilers, but if you haven't seen it yet, I don't think what I'll be sharing with you today will diminish your experience too much. So here we have a father, Jim, who is on vacation with his family at Disney World when he gets a call from his boss, informing him that he has been fired. He keeps this news from his wife, Emily, as they try to enjoy their day at the park. Despite their efforts, the couple ends up bickering and are split up most of the day, switching off the kids from time to time. During their time apart, Jim becomes infatuated with two teenage girls the family saw on their train ride to the park. Luckily, when one of the girls finally approaches him in the third act, he turns down her offer to join her and her friends, for which she spits on him. Right after that, park staff knock Jim unconscious, and he wakes up in a sort of control center, where he learns his creepy visions and the strange occurrences were part of an experiment he's been involved in since the first time his father took him to Disney World as a child, all controlled by Siemens. And now that he's brought his son, Elliot, he has now passed on Elliot to them to be a part of the same experiment. Writer-director Randy Moore said that he wanted to capture the feeling he got as an adult when he took his kids to Disneyland for the first time. He felt an overwhelming flood of emotions that put the park in a different light for him. Since Randy's parents were divorced, he would visit his father in Florida, who would always take him to Disneyland. They went to the park so much so that it felt like to Randy that his father lived at the park. Knowing his inspiration makes me wonder what kind of man his father was. And now that he and his father don't speak, it makes me speculate even more. Or it's just a reflection of himself. Otherwise, I'm not really sure what else Randy could be trying to tell us with this story of a man lusting after young girls with homoerotic undertones. Is he only yearning to be youthful again himself, or is this simply him being controlled by the Siemens experiment? In that case, my question is still why. It was just more than uncomfortable to watch this, and for such a long time. He's not the only unlikable character. His wife is a close second, who refuses his every advance and doesn't treat him like she loves him. I can't think of anyone in the film that I actually liked, so I had to get through some pretty terrible characters with over-the-top acting. What's really impressive is that the entire movie is shot guerrilla style, without Disney World or Disneyland knowing. And what's interesting is when Disney found out about the film, they decided to ignore it instead of going after it for copyright infringement. Since the movie was shot in black and white, it took meticulous planning and chasing the sun to get just the right shots. And for that, I give Randy Moore a ton of credit. With his choices in stylization, we get hints of David Lynch in this movie. With so much going on in the story, there really wasn't much that was being said, other than that a happy place can also be a scary place, which made the story unnecessarily convoluted. Overall, it was a straightforward story about a family who was attempting to have a fun family vacation, only to have it ruined by the parents arguing. When the story is broken down, we get hints of the cat flu, which plays a huge role in the end, a decapitation that wasn't explained, and a witch who uses her powers to force herself onto her victims. The only thing I could come up with for the decapitation was that it was meant as a way to get our attention at the start of the film, to sort of hypnotize us in the way that the witch does to Jim at the end of the film by just mentioning the decapitation. When he turns his attention to her, she then uses that opportunity to fully hypnotize him with her crystal around her neck. Just a thought, Escape from Tomorrow earns 2 rainbow skulls out of 5. And thank you again to Mike for your request. Even though this one won't make it to the top of my favorites list, I at least get to finally scratch it off of my watch list. And don't forget to check out Mike's channel. I'll leave the link down in the description. Also, I want to remind you that I will no longer be doing subscriber requests. Starting in March, I will only be doing patron requests. So if you have a horror movie that you would like for me to review, head on over to my Patreon page and register to become a part of my creepy family. I actually just got a new patron the other day. Welcome again, Wes, and thank you so much for supporting the hell out of my channel. I'll leave the link for his channel in the description as well. He does some really fun discussions with various creators. As a patron, along with movie requests, you'll also get access to my Discord chat room, movie nights, and extra content. I hope I see you there. Well, thank you again for joining me today, fellow Stardust. I appreciate you being here with me. I'll be back with some more longer videos as well as some more shorts. So, if you haven't already, go ahead and hop on the Rainbow Fright Freight Train and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. That way you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you liked this video, please hit the like button and share it with a friend. I hope I see you next time. Peace.